Want to stand out to her, even when she has countless options? This video reveals why detaching from the chase and embodying your own purpose is the key to making her truly notice you. Learn how a man grounded in self-respect and emotional control captivates her without ever seeking validation. Welcome to the realm of Stoic love. To motivate us to make more useful videos, please subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. Remember to like and leave a comment. Whatever it is, your feedback will help us learn from you and grow. Now let's explore the wonderful things ahead together. She receives a multitude of messages from men, each one filled with compliments, offers, and dinner invitations, all seeking her attention like moths drawn to a flame. It has become a part of her daily existence. Knock, continue onward, dismiss. Ultimately, it holds no significance. Yet, when your name appears on her screen, there is a moment of pause. She engages with literature, and she responds. What is the reason behind this? Because you stand apart from them. You're not pursuing. You are not participating in the competition whatsoever. You are the unwavering presence amidst chaos and despair. Your foundation is strong, and it is in that calmness and centeredness that your true strength lies. Not due to flawless delivery or charming assurances, but because you have undertaken what many never begin, the profound inner journey. You have focused on strengthening your foundation rather than merely enhancing the exterior. You have come to realize that love cannot be earned solely through effort. Many individuals have been misguided, led to believe that perpetual generosity will secure their worth, conditioned to think that presenting gifts, uttering the appropriate phrases, and making sacrifices equate to significance. It does not. It transforms them into candidates yearning for acceptance from someone who is already overlooking them. That is not love. That is a facade of courtesy, concealing a sense of helplessness. Yet, you find yourself here because a transformation within you has occurred. You are beginning to recall. Seeking validation from others is not your purpose. You possess the inherent qualities of a leader. To remain resolute, to prioritize your own needs and allow her to understand the weight of that decision. If that truth resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments. I embrace mastery over my choices. Today marks the start of our journey. Unvarnished realities. Each one crafted to refine your skills, restore your essence, and elevate your impact. And when you embody these principles, she will not merely select you. She will remember you. Her greatest adversary is weakness. She will not select the man who compromises himself excessively. She will not select the one who is perpetually pursuing, adapting, and seeking validation. She will select the one who remains steadfast and composed, never pursuing in vain. The individual who caused her to feel as though she was not chosen by him. He granted her entry without hesitation. Reflect on that once more. The instant you adjust your tone, alter your schedule, postpone your gym session, or suppress your passion merely to accommodate her, you have already forfeited your ground. You have relinquished your purpose and granted her the crown. Regardless of her awareness, she will not approach it with appreciation. She will put it to the test. She will challenge you, not out of malice, but driven by instinct. And you have allowed her to witness your downfall up close. It begins with the smallest of steps. Delayed responses. Maintain a certain distance. She withdraws from commitments at the last moment. She observes whether you will pursue. Should you choose to respond, if you seek her attention with desperation, and in that instant, her respect subtly diminishes, not due to any cruelty on your part, but rather because you fell into a pattern, became too available, and faded from memory. You defended your value rather than demonstrating it through your actions. And that, my brother, is where many falter. They often mistake attention for attraction. They believe that effort is synonymous with loyalty. Yet, striving without a foundation of self-respect amounts to nothing more than an emotional burden. A man's energy serves as his currency. And if you invest all of it in seeking her approval, you won't merely find yourself emotionally bankrupt. You find yourself devoid of spiritual wealth. She seeks a partner who stands firm in his own worth, not one who pleads for attention. She seeks a partner who possesses unwavering confidence and stability, one who remains steadfast even in her absence. He stands resolute. And he remains focused on his purpose. He remains unperturbed as her energy changes. His sense of self is not dependent on her recognition. Reflect with sincerity. Would your foundation crumble if she ceased communication at this moment? Would you forgo your morning run? Would your work ethics suddenly dry up? Would you falter if the lack of her approval shakes your core? You have never possessed one. That does not embody true affection. That is fixation masquerading as commitment. And here lies the unexpected turn. The individual who chooses not to engage in competition is not lacking in emotional connection. He is guided by his emotions. He's not indifferent. He possesses clarity. In that moment of clarity, she experiences something truly exceptional. A man who stands independent of her presence, yet remains unwavering even in her presence. That disturbs her inner peace. It draws her closer, not due to the fact that he is engaging in a game. However, he has chosen to step away from all games. Engaging in competition is a pursuit for those who have yet to establish a meaningful existence. Thus, they revolve around her. They strive to encompass her entire existence, and paradoxically, she flees from it. When a man relinquishes his core, her interest wanes. As you mold yourself to her expectations, you inadvertently create a sense of suffocation for her. The more she distances herself, a truly strong individual does not seek to persuade others. He remains steadfast, never pleading for selection. He constructs. He establishes a purpose. He establishes a steady cadence. He creates a framework so powerful that she either elevates herself within it or chooses to leave. Regardless of the circumstances, the music continues to play. She prefers not to be pursued. She desires to be captivated by a man who possesses the strength to leave at any time, yet remains out of his own volition, not due to a fear of losing her. And that is what sets him apart. That is what renders him indelible. Maintain a quiet demeanor, unassuming. Remain composed, absolutely certain. That man remains undisturbed by the clamor around him. He interrupts her with a profound stillness, with composure, with purpose. When he departs, the essence of his presence remains palpable, not due to his words, but because of his essence and the absence of pretense. That is the figure she recalls. That is the individual beyond her influence. And if she cannot master your will, you will remain etched in her memory. Detachment is essential. She may overlook the men who inundate her with good morning texts, yet the one who vanished without a word lingers in her thoughts. There's a deeper significance in this contrast. It's not about creating distance or being elusive. It's about finding strength in self-sufficiency. It is not merely a strategy. It is a mindset. A man who has freed himself from the need for her approval moves through life with a different stride. He rises with purpose. He reflects on his objectives, not his communications. He moves ahead with purpose, not askew. That presence, that quiet assurance, renders him invulnerable. Not because he conceals his emotions, but because he deliberately decides their rightful place. He maintains his composure, not seeking attention through emotional displays. He positions them deliberately on matters that cultivate his growth. Each time you view her story, reflect on what it is you truly seek. When you find yourself sending a second message, take a moment to reflect. What emptiness am I attempting to address? If her attention serves merely as a remedy for your own void, then your feelings do not reflect true love. You are merely diverting your attention. She can detect that desperation from a great distance. She might not face it directly, yet it weighs upon her nonetheless. In the manner you react with haste, there is an inclination to over-explain your thoughts. Consider how easily you set aside your workout to reach out to her again. Women possess a deep sense of intuition. They might offer a courteous smile, yet they can detect vulnerability even before you speak. Desperation, regardless of its outward appearance, remains unappealing. In that space, detachment transforms into strength, not indifference, not distance, guidance. When a person is firmly rooted in their purpose, their absence resonates more profoundly than the presence of another. He does not express, "I am occupied." He simply exists in that manner. His silence is not a tool for control. It is the force that propels us forward. He embodies true strength without pretense. He possesses great strength. His sense of self is now independent of her reaction, and that is the moment he exudes an undeniable allure. That is the moment she begins to lean in. Not due to his pursuit, but rather because her intrigue drew her closer to him. What caused his lack of reaction? Why did he not exert more effort? What is it about his attention that makes it seem more significant than all the others put together? Because he is not meeting expectations. He is not demonstrating. He is constructing something that eludes her comprehension. A life that remains centered on oneself. Many individuals relinquish their advantage merely to experience the sense of being selected. They exchange the gym, the relentless pursuit. Concentrate on the possibility of what could be. In this pursuit, they forfeit the essential vitality that initially drew others to them. Detachment signifies a profound understanding that caring does not equate to being overly attached. It signifies the end of pleading. You cease the pursuit of external validation and begin to honor your own worth, allowing yourself to disengage from anything that diminishes your value. She yearns for that inner strength, that calm and composed resilience. She might keep it to herself. When she encounters a man who listens with clarity, who recognizes her beauty without surrendering his own essence, who experiences profound emotions, yet remains steadfast, she holds on to the memory of him. Because many succumb to pressure. Many individuals inquire about her desires. He stands apart. He possesses clarity about his desires. He remains steadfast, unyielding to the whims of fleeting emotions. That individual exerts a profound influence. Such a man is indeed a rarity. In a landscape filled with countless choices, it is the unique that truly endures. She will not pursue him as fear holds her back. She will pursue him driven by her inquisitiveness, in recognition of the value it holds by nature. Not due to the fleeting excitement he stirred within her, but because he offered her profound understanding. He did not indulge in superficial compliments. He addressed her essence, Even in silence, his presence endures. That is the essence of detachment, not harshness, not hubris. Yet it embodies self-respect in its most elevated state. It's the understanding that your worth is inherent, whether she is by your side or not. It is recognizing the longing, opting for discipline over desperation. And that is what drives her to a quiet obsession, while feigning indifference. At her core, she has received countless proposals from men eager to provide her with everything she could desire. Yet, there was only one who inspired her to desire a place in his life. Third point. Enigma endures beyond fleeting focus. She lets go of the man who once sent her a good morning message each day. Yet, she recalls the one who seldom uttered a word, the individual who departed in silence. Yet it continues to linger in her mind long after. It's not about the quantity of your words. It concerns the emotions she experiences in the stillness you create. Unwavering focus can lead to distraction. Yet, space is indeed real. Deliberate moments transform into lasting memories. It is not merely the lack that drives her fixation. It is the profound significance found within the void. She understands when a man's worth can be measured in currency. She perceives the emptiness lurking beneath the constant flattery. She is accustomed to being in the company of men striving to gain her attention in a boisterous manner, acceptable, exerting excessive effort. Yet, you present yourself as a person who refrains from hasty words. She does not seek external approval. Do not bend yourself to fit her expectations. You maintain your composure. You cultivate stillness. Embrace composure. Yet the force of gravity remains unyielding. And in an instant, she finds herself unable to decipher your thoughts. She is unable to define your essence, and that disturbs her peace. You did not seek the approval of others. You maintained your boundaries well. You did not offer your essence on a silver tray. You maintained a prudent reserve of your inner self. And that, paradoxically, distinguished you more than any words ever could. She reflects on you once the conversation concludes. It remains open because you chose not to finish it. There are chapters yet to be explored. Your actions sparked her curiosity, devoid of any intent to deceive. However, your dedication lies with a purpose that transcends her. Your purpose is a guiding principle that shapes your actions and decisions. Embrace it with clarity and resolve. Many individuals tend to reveal too much about themselves. They often mistake emotional availability for emotional exposure. They refresh women as if they were a constant stream of information, endeavoring to maintain significance. Yet in pursuing this path, they forfeit their advantage. It is not necessary to disclose every detail to her. It is not necessary to respond at all times. There is no necessity for her to grasp your perspective. Embrace the path ahead with purpose and precision. Allow your silences to convey meaning. Allow your quietude to provoke inquiry. Questions foster a sense of curiosity, and curiosity evolves into fixation. Every other man clamors for attention, yet you move forward with calm assurance. The distinction you embody ensures your lasting presence in the minds of others. She seeks not the man who is perpetually at her beck and call. She seeks the one who compels her to reflect, the presence that endures beyond the moment, even in his absence. This is not a matter of manipulation. It revolves around self-control. It revolves around mastering oneself. It is essential to understand that a person who masters their presence wields the power to influence their surroundings. Your purpose is not to seek universal understanding. Your purpose is to leave a lasting impression on those who truly matter. Cease the pursuit of attention. Begin your journey towards understanding the unknown. When you detach from the need for her interest, you start to cultivate it instead. That is the individual she speaks of to her companions, the man she has yet to fully comprehend, the individual who sought no attention, yet remained unforgettable. Fourth point. Forge a life that remains unshaken by her presence. To gain her attention, refrain from pursuing her. Forge a life that is unwavering and resolute, one that cannot be easily disturbed. To earn her loyalty, embody a man whose existence remains unshaken by external distractions, particularly not by feelings, diversions, or dependency. A man whose days are already filled holds a strength that is unmatched, not abundant in women, driven by intention, focus, organization, and understanding. A person who navigates existence with purpose does not seek validation from others. He commands the focus. When your time holds significance, she senses it. It's not about what you say, it's about the way you carry yourself. She gains more than just your time. She must strive for it. The slightest adjustment can transform the entire situation. Understand this fundamental reality. Women challenge men, not out of cruelty, but due to an inherent drive for stability. When you alter your plans for her, she takes note of it. When you forgo the gym, postpone your tasks, and set aside your ambitions to reach out to her, it conveys that she has become your new focus. And that, paradoxically, diminishes your appeal. What you perceive as romantic is, in truth, the subtle onset of neglecting oneself. And she recognizes that sensation. She will remain silent on the matter. Yet, she perceives it, and she begins to withdraw, not due to your inability to provide. Yet you relinquished your principles for her ease. No woman desires to be the center of your universe. She seeks to enter a realm that you have meticulously crafted, a realm bound by unwavering self-control, a life that remains steadfast, unyielding to the whims of emotion or external influence, a framework that endures, irrespective of the individuals who come and go. When your rhythm is unwavering, she considers herself fortunate merely to receive an invitation, not due to your pleas, because you chose not to. You persisted without hesitation. Such occurrences are indeed uncommon. A man who remains steadfast in the face of her emotions becomes the unwavering support she never realized she required. He remains steadfast. He forgoes inquiring about her desires prior to understanding the foundation of his creation. He rises with the dawn, disciplines his physique, owns his intellect. He seeks no approval from others. He fosters advancement. Many individuals leave this world with their ambitions unrealized, confined to mere plans and dreams. Many allow their passion to wane in pursuit of fleeting distractions. She might appreciate your attention for a time, but she will never remain in a situation where she lacks control. At its core, the pursuit of control lacks excitement. Yet, discipline draws you in. She will pursue a man who remains steadfast in the face of her emotions. She will hold in high regard the man who remains steadfast in his purpose, prioritizing his mission over fleeting comforts. In that regard, love emerges, not for the sake of pleasing, however, from guiding. As you construct that existence, when your companions, your effort, your tranquility is paramount, It's merely a redirection. It is strength. It conveys to her, this is a place for you. However, I will not pause for your sake. That energy guides her decision. Embrace the challenge and elevate yourself within your reality. Or observe from the periphery. And here lies the challenge. Should she depart, the cadence persists. The rhythm endures endlessly. Maintain your composure. There's no need to falter in her presence. You allow her to discover your cadence or drift away from the melody. That embodies true leadership. That is true confidence. That is what remains in her mind when the clamor subsides. Not the individual who devoted every moment to her, yet the individual who honored his time as sacred. Fifth point, engage her intellect. It is not her body. Many men engage with her only at a superficial level. Strive to leave a lasting impression. Engage with her on a profound level. She has received countless praises about your beauty, more times than she can count. It hardly makes an impression now. It's not that she lacks feeling. It is as if those words have become devoid of significance. Because they require no investment to express. Many individuals communicate out of routine, without purpose. They observe what is clear, her form, her countenance, her style. Yet she is already aware of her appearance. She has confronted her reflection. She has refined the photos. She has existed in the glare of fleeting admiration. What she remains unaware of, yet continues to astonish her, is the man who perceives what lies beyond the surface. The gravity in her voice, the uncertainty reflected in her gaze, the stillness that lingers in her speech. That is the point at which connection starts, not at her form, yet in her intricacy. There is no necessity for elaborate expressions. Precision is essential. Avoid praising what she is already accustomed to hearing every day. Appreciate the nuances that others overlook. Refrain from speaking. Your allure is undeniable. Speak your mind. There is a certain weight in your silence before you choose your words. It's as if you've had to embody resilience in silence, enduring challenges without recognition. That captures her focus, not due to the desire to boost her self-esteem, yet it resonates with her reality. Understand this. Many pursue her physical form. Few pursue her narrative. Many strive to gain her admiration. Few take the time to truly comprehend her essence. And here lies the reality. Comprehension fosters a sense of security. Security fosters confidence. Trust renders you indelible. You seek to inspire her desire for you. Ensure she feels acknowledged, not merely observed, understood. Inquire about the sources of her anger, what she has kept to herself, what disturbs her peace in the quiet hours of the night. It's more than merely what she consumes on Netflix. Inquire about her beliefs. It's not solely about her preferences. That is how you distinguish yourself from the distractions around you. She will move on from the man who pursued her for superficial reasons, yet she will recall the one who simply listened without the urge to mend her troubles, who posed more insightful inquiries, who perceives the sentiment concealed within the smile, the grief concealed within the irony. When you engage in this manner, your quietude conveys more than any praise ever might. Charm is not a necessity. Focus on the here and now. Perceive her essence. It is not her attire. Pay attention to her cadence. It goes beyond her mere words. A person capable of experiencing emotions without physical contact, who possesses the ability to listen without interjecting. He is the steadfast presence she clings to as the world around her diminishes. Many men seek to win her admiration, yet The exceptional individual presents her with a reflection, a mirror that reveals not her allure, yet her profoundness. That individual. He maintains clarity without unnecessary elaboration. He remains indifferent to the opinions of others. He remains steadfast, remain calm, mindful. He remains unperturbed by her presence. He reacts to her true nature. He observes her with a calm and steady gaze. He observes her, and when a woman recognizes her worth, genuinely observed, she retains every detail. Such a man lingers in her thoughts, enduring long after the fleeting ones fade away. Count. Scarcity breeds fixation. A man who is consistently present becomes less noticeable over time. Yet a man who seldom makes an appearance, infrequently acknowledged, and does not pursue, he leaves a lasting impression. His actions are not driven by a desire to manipulate. His focus is of utmost importance. His time is finite. She recognizes the distinction between a man who merely presents himself as accessible and a man who is constructing something of far greater significance than her validation. Your presence remains even amidst the distractions of games. You withdraw to safeguard your inner strength. Your uniqueness is what sets you apart. That is what sets you apart. She observes your silence in response. She observes when your energy is not consistently aligned with hers. She perceives your absence not as a form of retribution. Yet, this serves as a reminder that life continues on, regardless of circumstances. In a realm where the majority of individuals plead for permanence, depart with tranquility, do not act out of anger, free from the confines of ego, yet in harmony, your value does not require proclamation. You allow silence to speak, and that silence resonates in her thoughts far longer than any kind words ever might. She'll wonder where you are. Whom do you focus on at this moment? What you are building in the void she has left behind. In reality, you are in the process of shaping yourself. You are not preoccupied with seeking validation. You are preoccupied with pursuing a lasting impact. You're not disregarding her to prove a point. You're unavailable because you understand time is currency. And yours is committed, not wasted while others seek to gain her favor for a fleeting moment. Your presence creates an enduring impression, not in her body, but within her mind. You are not the type to send messages incessantly throughout the day. You are the one who vanishes into the background. Yet, her thoughts remain fixated on you, because she remains untroubled by her perceptions. She fixates on the mysteries that elude her understanding. It is not necessary to reply to every message. Your silence requires no explanation. She lacks closure because she was never genuinely connected to you. And that is what grants you strength. You embody the essence that endures through time. The benchmark she quietly holds others to. You were not attempting to be enigmatic. You chose not to diminish your existence to accommodate her fleeting focus. You embraced life with profound understanding. You departed with grace. Your silence now resonates more powerfully than the loudest declarations of love from any man. The most exceptional individuals are those who depart without disrupting the flow of their purpose. 7. Men who are emotionally grounded prevail. A man who stands firm in his convictions embodies an unwavering strength, a presence unwavering and resolute, so grounded. No external turmoil can disturb the serenity that resides within him. A man of that caliber commands attention effortlessly. He commands respect, particularly from women, because she is accustomed to men who falter, men who waver when her tone shifts, men who pursue more vigorously when she withdraws, individuals who engage in disputes solely for the sake of proving their correctness. Yet the composed individual engages in none of that. He takes his time to articulate his thoughts. He remains unwavering in his self-assurance. He remains steadfast in the face of pressure. He remains steadfast. He draws in a breath. He allows the moment to slip away. In this action, he transforms the entire dynamic. In an instant, she finds herself grappling with a sense of lost control. She senses an undeniable pull, not devoid of strength. Yet, from a place of deep curiosity, this individual, composed and grounded, remains unshaken by external disturbances. He remains unperturbed by her challenges. He perceives their true nature, without judgment, yet with precision. And that compels her to lean in closer. What is the reason behind this? Because she has yet to embrace the quiet moments. She is unfamiliar with a presence that does not seek her validation. The quietude of this man conveys more than any shout ever could. His patience conveys a power that surpasses any display of force. He listens with purpose. He chooses his words with care, speaking only when it truly matters. And when he speaks, his words resonate with undeniable clarity. She attempts to unsettle him, yet he remains unmoved. She generates unnecessary emotional turmoil. He responds with a calm and unwavering presence. That is what both disturbs and draws her in, due to its scarcity. Because it is genuine, because it remains unwavering. Understand that the majority of women do not challenge men with ill intent. They challenge because they seek assurance. Trust is established when a person demonstrates resilience in the face of emotional burdens. When she withdraws and you pursue, you have not passed that challenge. Adjusting your schedule, routine, or purpose solely to maintain her presence means relinquishing control of your own life. When you create room, permit her to walk her own path if she decides, without harboring resentment. Remain composed. You uncover your advantage, not due to a lack of concern. Yet your focus lies more on maintaining your own tranquility than on seeking validation from others. Emotional control is not about suppressing feelings. It is the pursuit of mastery. It is the understanding of your emotions. Yet, it is essential to deliberate on the timing and manner of your actions. It is embracing the stillness within. Because you find strength in the quiet, it remains unprovoked. Your energy is dedicated to a greater purpose. In that tranquility, she discovers something extraordinary. Security, not from receiving agreement, but from being in the presence of a man who remains unyielding. That man stands firm amidst her turmoil, not the reflection of her turmoil. And that is the individual who emerges victorious, not through control, not through allure, yet with unwavering discipline. Point 8. Embrace the unique journey that only you can provide. She will not remain for appearances. She will not remain for your wealth. She will not remain because you reach out to her daily. She remains for a singular purpose. Being in your presence is a unique experience, distinct from any other, not for the sake of seeking her approval. Yet, your existence resonates with a lasting impact. A man who remains steadfast and composed, not pursuing what eludes him, does not plead, fails to deliver. He simply exists as he is. What he embodies is truly exceptional. A presence that resonates with purpose. A life imbued with profound significance, where even proximity to him transforms her essence. Few individuals ever reach that level. They commit insightful phrases to memory, emulate the examples observed in the digital realm, conform to the whims of the crowd, seeking validation in their approval. However, you remain uniquely yourself. You stand apart. You bring forth something she was unaware she required. She engages in dinner outings with other men and dismisses them before the final course. Yet she recalls the way you gazed at her, focusing not on her physical form. Yet, amidst her barriers, your silence resonates more profoundly than their clamor. She perceives your tranquility amidst her turmoil. What is the reason behind this? Because you did more than merely touch her hand. You connected with her reality, while others brought her joy. She ceased her actions at your influence, while others engaged in amusement around her. Your influence prompted her to contemplate. You were not a source of distraction. You were an interruption to the flow. You did not merely utter words. She questioned you. That is the distinction. You failed to provide her with the attention she deserved. You provided her with a gift that was uniquely yours to offer. Opposition, profoundness, a reflection. You arrived with a steady demeanor when she was in disarray. You maintained your pace while she hurried ahead. You remained steadfast when she sought to uncover any frailty. You were not the man she could foresee. She found her purpose in striving for you. That is what etches a man into memory. Not allure, not wealth, not strategies. Yet the essence of truth. Embrace it fully. It is a part of your very essence. That energy leaves its mark on her very essence. She will keep your car and job to herself, not sharing those details with her friends. She will convey that you stood apart, authentic, here, immovable. Cease the pursuit of approval from others. Cease the pursuit of uttering the perfect words. Embrace a life that others shy away from, one marked by courage and resilience. Embrace tranquility amidst the chaos surrounding you. Embrace the profound in a world that often values the superficial. Embody the flame that cannot be imitated, because men diminish. Experiences endure. When you embody the essence of experience, she will desire you beyond mere want. She recalls your presence for eternity. Your journey to this point speaks volumes about your character. You are more than a mere individual seeking solace in distraction. Seek understanding with a calm mind, for resilience, in pursuit of truth. Deep within, you recognize the necessity for transformation. The pursuit has proven ineffective. The act of overgiving has proven ineffective. Striving to prove your worth to someone who failed to recognize it can leave you feeling utterly exhausted. But now, that concludes. This is not a matter of resentment. It is a matter of rising to the day. It's about reclaiming your strength, unapologetically. There is no necessity for you to seek validation. There is no need to plead for selection. It is essential to prioritize yourself with unwavering commitment. This channel serves that purpose, not merely to discuss philosophy, but to embody it in every aspect of life, to guide with unwavering resolve, to allow silence to convey more than a sense of urgency, to regain your advantage. If any part of this video struck a chord, allow it to linger within you, not as inspiration, but as a reflection, a call to reflect on your true self before you wandered off in pursuit of another's validation. Appreciate this video. Embrace the essence of resilience. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Reflect on which aspect of this message resonated with you the most. Let us continue to strengthen this bond of camaraderie. If these words echo your truth, write this in the comments. I begin my journey. I read everyone, and I walk this path with you. Subscribe, because the stories we've yet to tell are the ones that change us most. What did you think of the video? Be sure to give it a thumbs up and drop a comment to share if you journeyed all the way to the end of the video. Simply utter those words, and I'll understand that this video made a difference for you. Thank you kindly, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more captivating tales like this one. I've set aside a few of our videos that will be quite beneficial for you. They appear before our eyes, alive on the screen.